Welcome back to another episode of Mental Health Monday here with the Loc Doctor. What up?
Hey.
How are you?
I'm
Introduce
good.
yourself to the folks. Let them know who you are and what it is that you do.
My name is Chanel, also known as Loc Doctor. I am a loctician, also a natural hairstylist. I do that for a living.
Okay, tell me about the importance of hair.
Hair is very important.
Tell me more.
If our hair is not done, we're not ready. We're not ready for the day.
Who is the we?
Okay. I'm a naturalist. So, of course, I would say to my black people, taking care of your hair is very important for us. Because if we don't take care of it, we're not feeling good. We're not at our best. Well, at least for me. I don't know about you. Do you not feel at your best?
I don't feel at my best when my hair's
I feel you. I feel like most people, especially the women, are not their best. But it's very important to take care of your hair because us as black people tend to not know what to do with our hair because we were never really taught. Like, I grew up with the perms and stuff like that. So I never really realized how important it was to take care of my natural hair when I finally let it grow. I didn't even know what to do with it.
What was that experience like for you?
It was I had mixed emotions because once my hair started to grow, I was like, wow, it's very strong and it's growing. But once, it got to a certain length, I was like, what do I do next with it? Do I get braids? That's about it. That's all I knew. And I would try natural styles, but I just couldn't get around it because we didn't start figuring out, we as black people didn't really find out what products to use and stuff like that until I probably feel like 5 years ago. 2012 was the first time I went natural, cut my hair all the way off. I usually, under this short hair, I usually do short styles mainly because I didn't know what to do with it. And then I just got comfortable with it because maintaining it is very expensive. All my black ladies, they know the shampoos, the condition, the deep condition, the detangling, all of that. It's not for me, but it's very important.
What does a healthy relationship with hair look like?
It looks like being on top of it, knowing what to do with your hair, knowing what works with your hair. Of course, there's different textures and types of hair out there. There's combination hair. There's loose, there's tight, whatever you want to call it, 4A, 4B, whatever. You got to know what works with your hair. I would pull up some brands, but that's too much. It's a wide variety.
All right, tell us about your brand and the oils that you've made.
Okay, so I made some oils because I was suffering from alopecia.
Do you still suffer from it?
No.
Okay.
Not that I know of, because when I first found out, it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go see a dermatologist physically, but they studied my scalp through, with the videos, a webcam or whatever.
What is alopecia?
Alopecia, there's like 5 different kinds. Well, alopecia basically is when you lose hair. It's caused from the follicle. That's about it. That's all I know, really. That it starts at the follicle, and the one that I had was from stress. Oh. So I had to thank God because it grows back.
Okay.
So I was kind of scared that it wouldn't grow back because, I always felt stressed or whatever. But I made those oils. I used 5 oils: jojoba, carrot, vitamin E, tea tree, and eucalyptus. And I'm studying some more oils that I learned in this new salon I'm at. It's just a lot of varieties. But cut that out.
What, the oil conversation?
Yeah, no. whatever. But basically, I started the hair oils because I had alopecia. Very simple oil because I know a lot of people have like nut allergies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I kept it very simple, and I wanted it to be very light because when you grow your hair out, you don't want nothing heavy to, blocking your follicles, and that's where your hair grows.
Okay. So what was your relationship with your hair before discovering you had alopecia?
It was lots of cutting, bleaching, coloring, and playing in it, honestly. I had about every color on the color spectrum in my head. Some were fails. But, I just like to play with my hair.
Okay. How's life been for you after changing your hair diet?
It's been pretty cool. I recently, maybe, December, started to grow my hair out. After my birthday, that was my last cut. My birthday's on December 3rd, Sag game. Yes, I just been watering it because I water wash my hair every day because I think that's important. Our hair is like a plant.
What's a water wash? Just a rinse?
Just rinsing your hair. When you first get in the shower, you start it with the warm water. You wash up or whatever, then you rinse it with the cold water.
Yeah.
So water wash.
Would you say that there's been benefits for a water wash?
Yes.
Okay.
Some people don't necessarily think it works because they have different textured hair. Me, I have 4C hair, very coarse and tight. So it takes in the hot water. So when I do the hot water, sometimes because I don't wash my hair all the time with shampoo, but when I do, I use the hot water. Then I do the conditioner. Then I lock it in with the cold water. Closes the strands, the shafts of the hair.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. And then I just been oiling it. I changed the oil because your hair gets used to oil. Your hair gets used to a lot of products. That's why it's good to, try different products out and whatnot.
Okay. How have you had to coach some of your clients up as a professional loctician on their hair? So
that's why it is a job because you got to do lots of consultations and you don't know what they're walking in with. They have expectations and sometimes the expectations can't be met.
Yeah.
Some people don't go to a dermatologist, but I recommend them to go to a dermatologist when they have scalp issues and the oils aren't working.
Yeah.
I recommend, essential oils, cleansing oils. It just can't be. It helps, but it doesn't, get rid of it for good. So I do a lot of recommendations.
What's the worst client that you've seen when it's come to hair?
See, that's crazy because I'll say the worst client I've had wouldn't be because of their hair. It's because of how they kept it.
Tell me more.
I had somebody come into the shop with locks, right? But it's been 2 years. So they have tiny locks. Some of them are forming together and ripped or damaged. I gotta repair some. But the whole head is just like if it was a fro.
Yeah.
So I had to totally reconstruct this whole scalp. But that's what the art of it is to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really the worst. I still enjoyed it. But it's like, dude, gotta take care of your hair.
What was the advice that you gave them?
Stop being sad all the time. Do your hair. You gotta, if this is gonna make you happier, you care about it obviously because you came to get it done. You can spend more time on your hair, taking care of it and watching out for certain things. They might not sleep with a scarf or whatever. But
yeah. What was a good product you suggested outside of your own product to that
I suggest a lot of essential oils because that's what I think works for us.
Yeah.
I don't really like recommending products like Shea Moisture or whatnot like that. Just oils.
Is there a reason you avoid the Shea Moistures?
Because most people hair doesn't really work with it. You get a little flaking or white residue. It just is just like not natural. Most of the products aren't. Most of the products are not natural, even though they say they are. If you just turn your bottles on the back and read your ingredients, if you cannot pronounce the names on the back of the bottle, you shouldn't be using it. Yes, I do use products sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Just cheating because I can't afford, because these things are expensive.
Yeah.
You know, but like, there are a list of things. I'll give you a list of things, but I can't do it off the top of my head. I'll give you a list of things that are good enough to use, because they're not, you know, banned from the USA. Most of the things that are on the back of those bottles are banned in other countries.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
But
very much so.
The exception to the rule.
U.S. accepts over, you know, hundreds of chemicals and products that most countries don't even, like, you would go to jail. They're giving us cancer. It's so real. Like, and especially black people.
Selling you cancer. Exactly,
because they'll say, hey, all natural, it's for natural people, da-da-da-da-da. And then it's like, if you're constantly using it, you run around people getting cancer. I just met a client who had cancer. I was like, wow. In her scalp or whatever. Don't know. I didn't get too deep into it. But like, she had cancer. And it was probably because of the things she was using. And I just gave her a list of, you know, 100% natural oils that she's not allergic to, you know.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of allergies out there. Fruit
So let's
allergies.
talk about mental health.
Okay.
ADHD.
Okay.
Tell me about your experience.
Well, I feel like I've been dealing with it since maybe middle school. I was at my peak. I was very, very, like, I could not focus for nothing. Yeah. Like, at all. Everybody could be relaxed. I'm doing any and everything. Any and everything. And the first time I noticed it is when somebody was recording, just a group of us, and I was the only one doing cartwheels and just being very annoying. And I was I'm like, wow, that's me. I was like, that's very annoying, but I just can't help it. I just feel like I need to do stuff.
Do you have a buildup of energy?
Yes. Sometimes I'm doing a good job right now, but like out of nowhere, like I just have like little movements of just like, I don't know.
Like fidgets.
Just fidgets and stuff like that. It's uncomfortable, but I learned to embrace it because no one's paying attention to me.
What does embracing it look like? I do get what you're saying.
Just go ahead and be awkward. Yeah.
Is that awkward for you?
Yeah, because I know I'm doing it. I know I'm doing it, but it's like, okay, whatever. Okay.
So there's like a lot of self-acceptance that comes with that portion.
Yeah. I notice a lot of people with ADHD accept who they are. Like, I have a lot of friends with ADHD, and it's hard to deal with them sometimes, I'm not going to lie. Because, you know, they were on medication.
So they're no longer on.
But they get off of it, and then you notice it. And then when they get back on,
you see the difference.
So.
Has anybody ever tried any replacements like ganja?
Yeah, but I think sometimes they run out of it.
Ganja?
Yeah. And, you know, looking for, you know, the next best thing.
No, I got you.
But I don't think they think it through because they're in that moment. Like, hey, I need some Addies. Hey, just smoke some weed. You know what I'm saying? So
basically it's just missing structure.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah. One
it's
J
crazy.
Keeps the doctor away.
Yeah.
Okay, so in your experience from childhood to being an adult with ADHD, what has the difference been for you outside of just acceptance?
It's been like a lot of me noticing it. Noticing a lot more in my adulthood, how it's different from childhood to adulthood, what it looks like to me. Like, you know, I have children, so I can't really multitask that well. They could be in the living room, I could be cooking. They probably asked me for something, and I totally forgot, but I'm in the refrigerator. And I'm just in there. I don't fucking know. Like, close it. Hey, you forgot my juice. I'm like, all right. Or I could have laundry in my hand. I walk into the bed to put it down. I leave it back out with the laundry in my hand. And then I'll probably like folding something. I don't know. I'm just out of it. I just be out of it.
It's very random things. So your thoughts aren't in order.
Nope.
Like things are consistently being replaced when you're in the middle of something.
Exactly.
How has that been? Have you explained it to your kids?
No.
Okay.
No. If it's something that's going on that's like very frustrating, just like, hey, you guys, I need a moment. I can't think right now. That's about it. Nothing too deep.
Do they understand that you're going through something when you need a moment?
No. Probably not. Probably not. I like to keep them, you know, I don't know, try to keep them as youthful as possible. So I don't know.
Grow up too fast.
Yeah, but I still decided to, you know, have talks with them about the world and how like everyone's not nice and the world is not full of rainbows and butterflies. But that's about it. And I don't really know what else to talk. I don't really know what to
how to broach
target
the conversation.
Yeah,
with them.
like.
Would you ever need advice on that? Because I'm pretty sure I might have some folks that like we could reach out to help you out. Which
Definitely.
Nice.
Definitely.
Like, dealing with something yourself versus little people running around and explaining that to them, I'm sure is not the easiest moment.
Nope.
Yeah. How about family? What's that like for you?
They'll, if they see that I'm frustrated or I need a moment, they'll just, you know, hey guys, talk to them for me, you know? So I get a lot of help, so.
What do moments look like for you?
What do you mean?
Like a frustrated moment.
Maybe I'll let them watch TV for like another 30 minutes and I don't smoke anymore that much, so I used to would just go smoke on the balcony or something or just be on my phone. Yeah, so it's really just like a shutdown.
So you're plugging out for a little bit.
Definitely.
Okay. Has there been anything that you have done to cope outside of, like, what have you replaced your coping mechanisms with?
Someone told me to breathe, like meditate, right? Everyone knows to meditate. But with my tongue at the top of my roof, it helps.
It helps you focus.
Yeah, it helps me focus and like really like, okay, what's next? You know what I'm saying? What else? Exercise helps. But I don't really got a lot of time for that now since, you know, I'm working a lot. By the times I get home, I want to go to sleep. But maybe I'll do a couple of sit-ups. But
sit-ups, bit-ups.
That's, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. But, yeah, I haven't been smoking weed like that. So, like.
Would you say that's made a difference?
Yes. With, like, for my day-to-day work, all of that. Yeah, I've been more clear-minded. But, like, when I get home, I think I should start smoking. I think I should start smoking because I deal with so many energies and vibrations.
What strand of weed has been good for you?
Either hybrid or indica.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is hard to come by.
Is it?
Yeah, because I live in Montgomery County and there's a lot of street dealers and I don't like street weed.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
What's the difference you found between street weed and store weed?
Because I don't know what the fuck is in it, and it gets me, what's that called? Like a mental high that I don't need.
Yeah.
I need to relax.
You need a physical high.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to the folks that you purchase from?
Some. Those are the good dealers, but I'm not close to them, so it's like I'm not even going to bother to hit them up. So.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, I love when they. I have this one dealer who like shows me the exact strand on his little app thing or whatever, and what it does and stuff like that. And every time he's been on point. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Within the hair community, we're going back to hair now. What has the hair community been like relationship wise?
It's been so great. It's been really great. I've been meeting a lot of people. I've been getting a lot of connections. And it's crazy how high the market is for getting your hair done. Like, I've been paying shit off from doing hair, and I just love it. And it's my career now. And I'm thinking about, you know, what's that called? 401, 410, whatever.
401k.
401k. I'm thinking about, I think I'm staying with this company for a little minute because I like it. It's peaceful. It's very peaceful.
Yeah.
But I like the people I meet. I never had a bad experience really because of the energy I put out, I think. So it's like, please don't give me no weird energy. There are some people who are just, different from me and it kind of drains me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I never really had bad experiences. And I'm very thankful for that. Other than the other shop I work at. I had to get out of there or I was going to be in jail.
I remember you was telling me, you was like, nah, I gotta go.
No, really.
This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work.
The day I decided to leave, I applied to this new salon I'm at. The next day she hit me up and was like, yeah, your work is amazing. And I got the job.
Really?
So I was like, I'm never settling ever again. And I'm going to do what the fuck I got to do.
Yeah.
If I need to get the fuck, I'm getting the fuck.
How has it been building your self-value?
It's been a trip because I'm still like...
It's okay to still be in the process.
I'm still in the process only because I know there's people that need services. But I know when to raise my prices and when to like, hey, I know you really need your hair done. We could shoot for the 80.
Yeah.
But it's like, really, the products that I'm using, the environment that I'm around, it's like, hey, I need my money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know people have no problem doing it. But it makes me feel uncomfortable because of what I've been doing hair for. Yeah. Less, But I know that it's normal to have high prices. Yeah. It just feels uncomfortable. Because the majority of the work that I'm doing is for Black people. And,
Is there a relationship with Black people where you sometimes worry about asking too much of your clients?
Say that one more time.
Do you sometimes feel you're asking too much of your clients?
No, not at all. Because I'd be okay with doing, detangling, whatever. I'm okay with it. I don't really ask much but your name, your number, and your email. And for you to be on time. And if you're late, let me know because I'll do the same for you. Yeah.
How has you doing hair helped you as a person?
It helped me learn to be in awkward situations. Like I've done a lot of house calls with like some people with some money, and they're way different from me. And like it gave me better customer service. Like my customer service is up here. Helped me financially. And I feel like it put me in a lot of different situations. Like once I network with somebody and they might send me out to an event or something, it's just like, it's very good networking. So it's been really good to me.
Okay. So between self-care, because that's what we touched on, especially when it comes to hair, what's advice you would give to someone who's looking to get into locking their hair?
Before or?
Let's start with before.
Okay, I would say do the best you can because once you come see me, I got you. I'm gonna give you all the advice you need, and I won't be able to give you advice unless we have a consultation. I won't be able to give you advice other than keep your hair moisturized, keep it safe, keep it in a protective style.
What's safe?
Wrapping it at night. Keep it safe. And when you take out your hair, please comb it out from the bottom to the top. I had a client because I had a client who I've been doing for 2 years now. The first time he came, because we switched his schedule up or whatever, he came and he was taking his hair out. I was like, I'll help you take your hair out. He was combing his hair like a braid, a plait, combing it out from the middle, and his hair was ripping. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? This is why your hair is breaking off, and I keep trimming it because you over here taking your hair out like it's not important. So I had to teach him how to comb his hair out. It's very important. Your split ends, it travels, and your hair doesn't grow. because your hair just keeps on breaking off. Split ends is when either it's ripped, not cut properly, or keep brushing it or combing it wrong, and it just splits up to the shaft. The shaft of your hair is this right here.
Yeah.
So, don't break your hair because your hair won't grow. It'll grow, but it'll keep breaking off. That's why your hair, you see all that new growth, but your ends are breaking off, and it looks like your hair is not growing.
How important would you say hair is to the human experience?
It's very important. That's all I have to say.
You're like, that's it. That's all.
It's very important.
I don't need to explain.
It is very important. Especially if you like hair. If you don't like hair, then it's not important.
You do a lot of work with kids.
Yes.
Tell me about
not anymore.
Tell me about the importance of the work you used to do with the kids.
So, when I was working with kids a lot, it was very important to be very patient because
when it came to their hair,
because the parents who brought their kids to the salon, they're bringing their kids to the salon for a reason. Most black women knows how to do their kids' hair, right?
Yeah.
So you think. Some people keep their kids' hair in a protective style for months.
Tell me about the negatives of that.
When you keep your hair in for months, and maybe you even wash it too, you're getting buildup. Your hair is locking. The detangling process takes forever, and then some parents don't tell you that their hair is still in a style. So that's going to take me an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and that includes the time of your service. So that might make my next appointment, I might be running late. So you got to be patient, and you got to get all your information in the beginning because you don't want to set yourself up.
Yeah.
Some kids are getting their hair done for the first time, so they're anticipating pain. And they might not be in pain, but they're screaming to the top of their lungs. And their parents are like super worried because they're like, what's going on?
Because they have a bad relationship with their hair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like traumatic for both of you, especially if you have kids and you don't let your kids cry that loud for a long period of time. It's very triggering. So it's like you got to be very patient and take your time, but do the best you can because maybe you might have a child who's literally going to move the entire time. I had a couple of clients like that.
How did you handle those clients?
I just had to be patient and try to get a cornrow in every movement. Sometimes I would have their father or their mother sit down with them. But I learned that it's best to let the parents leave the room because they kind of show out when their parents are in the room. And
when the parents aren't in the room,
they calm down.
Yeah.
Some of them, maybe two that I dealt with, they don't care. They're gonna scream to the top of their lungs and be even more scared, like, where's mommy? And just keep looking. And you just gotta take your child. I'm sorry, you just gotta take your child because it's not a daycare. And yeah, I have friends that love to do hair though for kids.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to shout any of them out?
Yes. Cupcake on Instagram, Tierra Pearson on Instagram, Styled by Sabrina, she's on Instagram as well.
Where are they located?
They're at Friendly Faces. You might know where they are. They're in Wheaton, but they do house calls. If you do not like the environment, they do house calls.
Yeah. Okay, so we've covered alopecia, we've covered hair, self-care. What is your personal self-care routine?
Whew, okay. My self-care routine is sleeping in, even if I'm late. Doing the whole thing. Face, teeth, hair, skin, smelling good.
Yeah.
Yoga, stretching.
What have been the benefits of having this kind of schedule?
I just feel way better. I'm going to be nicer. Going to be nicer to you guys.
Yeah.
And I feel like my blood's flowing. I'm just happier.
Are you careful of measuring yourself before leaving the house when it comes to a low self-care day?
Yeah, for sure. Because I'm like, oh man, what do I have to do even if I'm having a bad start, like, oh, what am I going to do today so I can feel better?
Yeah.
Before I enter the shop, after my first client, what am I going to do? And then I'll think of things. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go skateboard. Or I'm going to get coffee. I'm going to get ice cream. I'm going to go sit in the sun for like 20 minutes. So, like, I don't care what anybody else has going on because I am important.
Now put me first.
Put me first, okay? I'll be like, hey, I am running late. Can you work with this time or not? And if you could work with it when they most do.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, boom. I got to eat. I got to do something. But, yeah, I take self-care very seriously because I've been there.
Yeah.
And I don't expect myself to get there anymore because I have kids and I have to be at my best.
Yeah.
I feel.
What's the importance of the people around you?
Like who they are and
who they are for you.
It's very important to have supportive people around me, non-negative people.
Yeah.
Because it brings something out of me and I just can't deal. For the most part, I've been putting myself next to people who are trying to vibrate on a higher level or already is vibrating on a higher level because it just spreads. I feel as though it's like clings to me and I'm already a nice person, so.
Being a nice person, does that mean you have to be more careful with your energy?
Yes.
And who you spend it on?
I learned this the hard way. Learned it very much so the hard way. I was too giving, too nice, and I let a thing slide when really I needed to be setting boundaries.
What did it look like resetting your boundaries?
Telling people to stop. Stop what you're doing. Think about others. You know what I'm saying? Think about what you're doing and how it affects me. Because if you're not, then you're not a good friend or you're not a friend at all. And you're just using me. So, yeah.
No, good job. I love this. I'm just like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Honestly.
Have you had to cut people off? Snip, snip?
Snip. And I thought I would be sad. You probably miss the fun things you guys did as friends.
Miss the fondness.
Yeah. But it's like, oh my God, this person is evil. Like, yeah, you gotta go. And I felt very good about it. Like, I felt so good. Like, ugh,
Did you
can't
have
believe
to
I
learn
was
to
doing
stand
that.
up for yourself?
Yes. What? December? No, January?
Yeah.
That's about it. I was like, wow, I care so much about myself, but do I really? Because I'm letting these people use me, take advantage of me. This is money-wise, energy-wise. It's just like, damn, you're crazy. So I was like, yeah, I had to learn the hard way, which is good. Some people say it don't make you stronger, make you smarter. I feel stronger. Like, I'm not gonna let nobody come in and fuck up what I got going on. Yeah. Because I wake up in a good mood, unless I don't. But yeah.
How dealing with that guilt, personal guilt. What is that like? Like, how do you talk yourself through that?
Well, I haven't really had personal guilt.
Oh, so you just like, nah, I'm good.
I'm really good. Yeah, because they're really evil. Yeah. Like, and I let people come back. But
I feel like I'm listening to a villain backstory. Like, this is how I became the villain that you guys know and love.
That is hilarious.
Like, it's like 2 steps away from, is it me, Jesus?
That is funny. Yeah, no. It's like, really, I've learned the difference from people like, oh, they just need to learn how to be your friend, but it's been years.
Yeah.
To like, oh, this person, they might have a mental illness, but I'm not responsible to help you. I'm not.
Yeah.
I've been trying to give you ideas, suggestions, whatever the case may be. I've tried.
So.
And then now you're acting crazy towards me?
Yeah.
The only person who's in your corner?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's not that I didn't care, it's that you didn't listen.
I cared so much.
Yeah.
Too much. And that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. They'll be fine.
I mean, you did what you had to do. I've spoken to a lot of folks about that when it comes to friends who are going through it. You do have to put yourself first outside of just being there for the people that you love. Because you being destroyed doesn't help anybody in that process.
Nope. Excuse me. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't consider us friends at all. So, yeah, you couldn't have been a friend. If you're looking back on it, this person couldn't have been my friend. Just a user.
Yeah. But I mean, identifying that is important. And recognizing your own value is just as important as you trying to help other people. So what's advice that you would give to someone going through a similar situation?
I would say do the old regular cons and pros. And talk about the cons. In the midst of the conversation, talk about the pros, I guess, to not make them feel like total shit. But like, talk about it. And if they can't acknowledge it, if they can't even acknowledge it, drop them. But if they can acknowledge it and they're trying, that's cool. That's a relationship you could work on. But if they're constantly doing the same things that you already talked to them about, cut them off. You gotta.
Got you.
It's just like any like a relationship, like a intimate relationship, even with your family members. Just your mental. You're on this earth with everyone else, but you're like literally here.
Yeah.
I don't want to say by yourself, but by yourself. But like do whatever that keeps you pushing and moving. I try to tell my friends this every day.
Okay. So, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Venice_POV. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Venice POV on Instagram. And as well as Loc Doctor 301. That's my hair page. If you need your hair done, I'm your girl.
Let's get into it.
Get into it and get locked in.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of Mental Health Monday. Peace.